Okay, ma'am. Welcome to Guwahati, and thank you for speaking to PTI. And just wanted to understand. I guess this is the first time you're attending any film festival in Assam or in Northeast. I guess.
Yes, that's true.
So, but this is the. I think you have come to Guwahati earlier
I
also.
have. I've come
So,
to perform before.
okay. So you have attended a lot of film festivals across India and other places
Not
also.
too many, I would say. No.
Okay. But how has been the experience in Guwahati, the film festival, Guwahati Asian Film Festival?
It's very brief because I just came this morning and I go tomorrow because I have some other engagement. But I think the whole the way of getting here was been very nice. And the team has been very helpful, cooperative, very hospitable, and yeah, the warmth of the Assamese people is well known. So yeah, I've experienced that fully.
How do you feel that the importance of regional film festivals in promoting Indian cinema vis-a-vis the big film festivals like Indian Panorama, the IFFI, Goa, or other film festivals? How is the importance according to you?
I would think any kind of film festival is good. If you can put anything together which can propagate, which can just make more cinema more accessible, is it's just it's productive, it's wonderful, why not? And regional, of course, because I'm sure in the representation is not then so much in a bigger festival of regional cinema so much. No, so if there are festivals which are regional, they can, I think, of course, helpful for local talent, for local cinema, and then in a smaller way, more access for people who are probably not used to, who will probably not go outside so much to watch stuff, to have, like, for here, I'm sure, like, how many people probably would have access to, or want to, or even be open to, or know. It's wonderful to see this film here today in Guwahati, and yeah, that's great. I think, yeah, it's wonderful.
And ma'am, talking about this kind of cinema that India is producing right now, what is your comment on the regional films compared to the national, especially the Bollywood films?
I do not watch too much cinema. I'm going to say that. Yeah. I want to start now, actually. It's been some years of really not watching too much. Especially Malayalam is one that I really want to start watching because I've been hearing just wonderful stuff about. And I'm sorry to say this in Assam, but I've just been really wanting. That's one that I really want to start with. Mm, sorry, what was the question?
Question is the importance of films, of regional films compared to the Bollywood films. And if I may rephrase the question,
Huh.
the importance of regional films in projecting the issues compared to the Bollywood films that projecting real issues affecting people.
I think every kind of cinema has its place, no? Bollywood has its place because its reach is just of another kind, right? Everybody consumes Bollywood pretty much all over the country in a way. Mm, regional cinema now, of course, we it's wonderful that we have access to. We have more knowing of earlier. Like, I mean, when I remember when we started watching cinema, except we used to watch a lot of world cinema, but not so much regional. Of course, Ray and Ghatak used to be the classic. But now, of course, one hears a lot of Telugu, one hears a lot of Tamil, a lot of Malayalam. So yeah, so it's yeah, just any kind of cinema. The more we can make, the better. Yeah.
Of late, you are more into OTT films and everything, but I think you are doing less of theater.
Yeah, I
So,
am doing less of theater. I don't think I should be calling myself a theater practitioner right now because I am not practicing theater. So yeah, no, I'm not.
so do you miss theater? You want to go back to theater, or
Mm,
how do you see yourself?
I used to earlier always think that if I don't do theater, it's going to be very debilitating for me almost. But I find out over time that it has not been so. So I think it's organically, I sort of, cinema and OTT in a way right now is sort of more at the center of life. But it's not going to go anywhere. It's just that right now it's not allowing me the kind of time and investment that's needed for theater. You can't just start a rehearsal and say, "Oh, now a film project has come. I'm not going to do it." You cannot do that. So I'm not finding that kind of space right now to truly invest. But in time to come, it will happen. I know it. I will be doing it for sure.
You
I always wanted to ask you this thing. Can a man tell a story of a woman
Can a man tell a story of a woman?
and vice versa?
Why not?
So, what is your take on it?
Like, are you talking theater? Or are you talking where?
In cinema,
You mean like a male director? Can he
Yeah,
tell?
exactly.
Of course, why not? I mean, why not? Um, I think it's anybody how much immersed and how much um, deeply you are immersed in the story that you want to tell. Then I think beyond a point, the gender may not matter so much. Uh, um, it's a difficult question to answer because I don't think there's one answer to it. But my first thought that comes is why not? I think it's just how much you literally how immersed you are in that story and your like if it's a desire to tell that story, then you will tell it, and you'll tell it um, in proportion to the amount of immersion you have. I don't think that should be a problem. I don't see that as a problem. Yeah, no.
Just to add on to this question, has the Indian cinema been true in projecting women characters, especially the Bollywood?
These kind of questions really have no definitive answer. Um, it's like saying I don't think I can comment across the board on one what is a real woman today. What is a woman today? I'm not sure. It's easy to answer this question. I mean, at all points in time, I think women will be or people will be represented and shown as in society, and maybe not in the center stage, maybe not in proper Bollywood, but then one will have films where one sees a lot of representation in a more nuanced way, in a more explorative way. We're seeing that now over time. Has it been done to its best? I probably not. But then that scope is limitless for any kind of exploration because, mm, yeah, I think that it's evolving. Yeah.
You have been in the that period also where cinema was shown only in theaters. Now OTT has come into the play. How do you find the difference between the two?
As a performer,
Yeah, as a performer. Of course, I'm talking asking
yeah,
in general.
I really don't find much difference, except that one, I think the crews are so osmotic. No, a lot of actors, technicians are forever. It's always people who work in one medium are working in the other. Um, this is a question that often one gets asked. Of course, the long format and the short, and and a finiteness of a feature. Of course, there's a difference to that. In just the way, especially actors like us will get more. Compounded, more fleshed out characters, more space time to sort of explore that, which is not so much possible in a film. That difference is there. Mm, but in the sheer experience of working, I don't find it much different. Sometimes it's not like, oh, this is looking like a series that now really sets that one goes to. Um, um, in the performance of it, I don't find any difference really for me. But yeah, it's true that just the possibility of exploring in terms of length, a character is there in a long format
So
for
this
sure.
exploration, expansion of character is more there, and as a actor, probably you would find more space in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but sometimes in a really well nuanced and well written character in a film also, it'll give you that. It will give you that can happen also. So it's very difficult for me to say. Yeah, you can have a long drawn out, fleshed out series in a character, but it might not bring you the same satisfaction. You may not, or you can't say.
Has any of the Indian films or series that you have acted so far able to brought out the best of Shiva Chadha?
Oh my god, I don't. That sounds. I I don't even have an answer to
Because
that
or
question.
to rephrase the question, your ideal character that you would like to play.
Again, there are just characters. One would when there are like that. One can be endless, or then one. No, nothing
How do you
really.
choose your characters? If a script comes to you, how do you choose that? Okay, I will act this particular film or series, and I will not do this one.
There is no science to it. It's I really don't go about it in a very detailed way. Of course, the character has to be interesting enough, and then literally after beyond that, if it's interesting enough, has a definitive space in the story, then beyond that, it's just the maths of dates and monies and whatever. Yeah, it's quite simple actually. There's no rocket science to it.
Bandish Bandits, Mirzapur 3, and now what are the things that are in the offering?
There are quite a few things in the offing. Yeah, there are films and series in the offing. Yeah, yeah.